Good morning, or whenever you see this, but it's morning, 10:30 on a Sunday morning, Sunday the 9th of June. We haven't looked in this yet, this machine. This is the beautiful Wheel of Fortune that we bought the other night. Big shout out to Mark and Jan. As you can see, it was in a state. It's not been really. It's been looked after. It just hasn't been gone into. It's not gone wrong. It's not been gone into. But as you can see, it's going to need some cleaning up. I'm going to have to be very careful with these reels. These have obviously got bulb heat damage here, but it looks all right when the machine's on. I think they're pretty brittle, so I'm going to have to be careful with that. I did even wonder about cleaning them. And then as long as I don't get rid of that black, I don't think that doesn't seem too bad. You can see the dirt there. As I showed you the other night, well, as I said the other night, the battery is rusty in there, but it's not leaked, but he'll have to come out. Power supply will check the capacitors and stuff, but I mean, he switches on right and sounded all right. That's all going to need a good bloody clean. And 10 ton of, if you can see them, cobwebs up there. So we'll get rid of those as well. So we'll just do that as a little short. Hang on, I'll put the I've got to sort of whack a load of charge on my phone, but the video drains it when it's on pause. But I'll pause it for a minute and bring it back. Right, well that's the dirt on the sponge already. It was a new sponge. I'm going on the inside. I've done the outside. It wasn't too bad on the outside, but we'll dry that off in a minute. But and then with the sponge, but don't have the sponge too wet, because else you get the dribbles in between those lines there. I've got a little soft brush that I brush them out with, but else you just see these horrible dirt marks from in behind the reels where it's dripped. So just a very lightly, a little bit of fairy liquid, a little bit of water. Anyway, I'll bring you back on this one. I would have to repeat that by 4, obviously. Or is it 5 on this? I don't know. 4, I think. That's the dirt off of one reel there. And that's not all the dirt, because some of it's still on the thing there. But there you are. That goes to show. The bulbs would be a lot brighter when they went. I'd even give the bulb a little polish off as well, because they'll probably be caked in dust. Right, I'm just drying this dirt off. That's just literally 2 segments of the reel that I've done with that bit of cloth. You can see that's the wet bit. There, see how dirt that is. Right, we've given the little window a clean there as well. My bar crest one, I rubbed the black all come off, or bits of it. So be careful if you're ever doing that. It wasn't too dirty actually, that little see-through piece there. So obviously that's one reel clean. It's a bit shinier, it's whatever, obviously it's burnt there. Can't do nothing about that. I don't think I'll be finding a new set of reels for this. I did my Revolution when that had a problem. We're going to give that a little clean up. We found the dill switches to change the jackpot settings, but obviously I've got no manual, so I don't exactly know, and I can't find nothing about this machine on the internet, not as yet anyway. But if anyone has one or anybody knows it's got one, it's a right tidy little game. It's a really nice cabinet. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so that will do. I'll bring you back on an update on this one. Obviously, doing all this stuff, especially taking the board out and whatever else, I mean, it works at the minute. The battery has to come off. I mean, you can, or you can put them back together even if you don't do anything wrong and they cannot work if something's, you know, just about to go. I've got to check the capacitors in the power supply, because if they are going, then that puts extra strain on the rest of the machine and all those bits in the computer there. So it's sort of things, there are things you've got to do, even though sometimes it's best left alone, but once it's had its little thing and once it's done, it's like those epochs up there. I've got 3 epochs to try in the Homers. But until fingers crossed neither, but until one goes wrong, I'm just leaving those 2 epochs working. So, sorry to my buddy that wanted to test a couple of boards and everything, but you will be more than welcome if and when, more like, the situation arises. Anyway, I'm going to continue cleaning this. We've got rid of some of the cobwebs. It's just about getting all the dust up and really getting those reels out, cleaning them. Over and out. See you later. We've just gone up. I came downstairs, actually. About an hour ago, I looked. We were on 995. I came down the stairs and I was still on the YouTube. And I thought, oh, I've got a couple of notifications. Scratch and Sip. Big shout to you. Thanks for subbing. I think I've given you a shout already. But there's a couple of other people I need to as well. But we went up to 996 we're on. So big thumbs up to Robbie Mobility Adventures. Yes, a big shout to you. Anyway, thanks for joining, and I'll speak to you all soon, and thanks for everybody for your support. On to the 1000. We've got to the 50th machine in the retro collection in the last few days, and within the same week, I would guess, we're going to hit the 1000 on the thingy, so party!